bunch of noise coming from your child's playroom. Your children are in their own bedroom, they're fine, but you gotta see what's going on in their playroom out there.
What are you doing in my house? Why you got a gun in my house, man? You're in my house. Get out. Drop the book. It's my favorite book. I'm not dropping this for shit. What are you doing? Why do you have a gun pointed at me? Oh my god. I'm gonna shoot your ass. Oh, man. Fuck you. Deranged individual in your house thinking it's his house.
Yeah, just somebody who I don't know in my house thinking it's his house.
Okay.
So, I mean.
So what kind of threat other than being in your house did they pose to you?
I mean, at this point, I didn't see any weapons or anything like that. I mean, I don't know. He could be crazy or whatever on drugs or whatever. So I don't know. At this point, I don't know. There's no physical threat to me at that point.
So do you think you might be justified in that shoot?
Probably not. If he just threw a book at me.
Yeah. So that's why we run through these no-shoot scenarios, is to get you in the mindset of, okay, just because you have a gun, just because there is somebody that's in your house that's not supposed to be, do you want to take this individual's life? Is it really worth them just because they threw a book at you, just because they're inside? Is that going to be worth the headache afterwards of having to go to court, having to pay all this money for, a defense and trying to explain why you shot this individual and possibly even killed them?
Okay.
And if you didn't kill them, now they can turn around and sue them. Hey, I wasn't supposed to be in their house, but they shot me. I mean, there's so many just bad ways that it can kind of play out.
Okay.
So you always want to just be positive that this person posed a threat, and that's why you had to shoot them. That's why, give them the commands. Hey, get your hands up. Turn around. What are you doing here? Okay, I don't care. And if they throw a book at you, okay, I mean, is it really going to hurt you? No. Especially if they're staying kind of there. If they just throw the book at you, whatever. But if they throw the book and start running at you, then obviously you can definitely take that shot. Okay. But if they're back there, if you've got the distance, and that's the other thing too, don't let yourself get kind of sucked in here because you kind of started wanting to get forward. You can clear everything from pretty much right here in the doorway, and as I see him, I can give him all the commands and directions that I need him to do, and if he's compliant, okay, great. I'm just going to keep my gun trained on him as I get him to the ground, or if he doesn't want to play ball, then I can shoot him from here.
Okay.
So, well, less of an object. I'll give you a personal anecdote, because the houses are very similar nowadays, tract homes, right? So we had a situation where this drunk guy, and our door was open, came into our house at 2 a.m, thinking it was his house. I looked at his hands. Obviously, I had the light, so I knew I wasn't going to shoot the guy just because he's in my house, right? In your situation, this could be that situation.
Okay.
But again, that is one of those cases where it's not going to be worth the headache for you on the back end.
Who's in there? What? Come out where I can see you. You're in my kid's playroom, man. Come out where I can see you.
No, dude, you're way confused.
I'm gonna give you 5 seconds.
Or what?
5, 4. Probably was not the most ethical method of handling the situation.
Yeah, so...
But in my kid's playroom, I mean...
Yeah, so I mean, he did have a gun. Yeah, so obviously you engaged it properly. I would just be a little careful because it felt like you were a little quick on the gun itself. Like pretty much, I'm gonna count to 5, and you pretty much turned in here and just got shots on it. It almost felt like you really didn't even foresee that maybe he doesn't have a gun. You know what I mean?
That's true.
So you gotta assume just because somebody's in your house doesn't mean they're armed, doesn't mean they're really posing a threat. They could just be a random intruder just for a number of different reasons, whether they are just looking to try and rob you without any kind of conflict, or they could just be in the wrong house just because they're hammered or they're sick, whatever the case may be. But ultimately, you want to make sure that, okay, once I enter in here, I want to identify the threat, and if I see a gun for sure, because that's the thing, you're going to have to stand in front of the judge and be like, Your Honor, as I entered the room, I saw him point a gun at me, and that's what caused me to fire on him. After I gave him ample warning that, hey, I will shoot you if you do not follow my commands. So that's kind of the things you got to think about in a scenario like this.
Who's in there? Come out with your hands up.
Get on the fucking ground. Fuck you. What are you doing with a fucking gun, dude?
What?
What are you doing with a fucking
I'll
gun?
fucking shoot you if you don't get on the fucking
Why?
ground. Because you're in my fucking house.
You're fucking full of shit.
Fuck you.
Dude, what are you gonna do about
I'm
it?
gonna fucking shoot your ass.
With a book? What the fuck,
Get the
dude?
fuck out of my house.
Why?
Now, get on the fucking ground. Get on the fucking
Tell me
ground.
about it.
Get on the fucking ground.
God, shoot me, man. Fuck you.
Get down. Get your fucking hands down.
All right, Index. Great discipline with that. All right, you were using your voice. You were talking to him. You're engaging with him. He walking towards you. You could totally use
Is that a threat? I know I was.
It would be borderline.
Yeah.
But ultimately, I love the discipline that you had to just keep engaging with him, telling him, hey, just get down on the fucking ground, get down on the fucking ground, hands up, everything. Yeah, he was talking shit to you, but you didn't really get too involved in that. You did let yourself get sucked in here a little bit, so
I was really thinking about going for your gun.
yeah. So once I'm here, there's really no reason for me to go in.
Oh, to proceed closer to him?
Yeah. So
Yeah, because I was like, I was like halfway.
So yeah, with this, right? As soon as I'm right here, even
There's no reason to keep coming in the room.
even if I've taken this much space in there, all right, I've got my gun trained on him. I'm just gonna keep talking. If he's walking towards me, until he starts running at me, then I could probably take a shot. But if he's just kind of like slowly walking towards me, all right, I can go ahead and just actually
back out. Okay.
retreat back and just get to a better vantage point. And maybe I can walk him all the way out of my house and in this whole thing without firing a shot. And hopefully the cops come by that point and arrest his ass. So great job continuing to engage with him, finally getting him down on the ground. And at that point, just hold him at gunpoint until the cops come and take care of him.
Good deal.
Cool. Great job. Thanks, man.